Follow the finger.
Restorations where all turns new. Bikes and cars revived, it's quite a view. With Cass and Winnie, the restoration team will make these classics fulfill their dream. Watch the shades from rust to shining chrome. Each builds a journey, glad you've come along. If our restorations get your motor running, like and subscribe, keep the channel humming.
Another day, another dollar. Up with the sparrows. Ooh, I'll tell you what, I could have done with this shirt on yesterday, couldn't I, in all fairness. Right, van's unlocked. Today, we really need to get some of this stuff under the bonnet. Fixed under the bonnet. That mainly, that strut there. So I still need to bang. I couldn't start banging around on the last episode because it was past 6 o'clock in the evening and I didn't want to annoy my neighbours. So we all have to be conscious of these things, don't we? Right. Tomorrow I'll be taking a trip and I'll be going to Bristol. What am I going to Bristol for? I'm going to Bristol for a front bumper. Yes, this front bumper that has fog light holes in it. It's not smashed. It has that piece missing at the bottom. Just to name a few things off the cuff. 30 Great British pounds is all the chap wants for it. And he's also got a bonnet. I can have both for £75. I'm sure I'll be able to haggle him up to £85. Down to 70 or something like that. But I spent all last evening doing this, and I've siliconed all the joints, and I've cleaned all that with turpentine. It's all ready for the rest of the soundproofing, which has already stopped the water forming on the bare tin. Yeah, I haven't really addressed the rust. I've just painted over it, which is what I do. It's a plaster, isn't it? So what do I do? I think I'm just going to go and buy the pair and keep, so I can work on the bonnet, on the decking, on top of a duvet, get that all prepped up and get some sound deadening on it and all that, and then I'll do that at a later date. Easy for me to say at this time of day, isn't it? It is early. The early bird catches the worm. Or was it sausage? Fried eggs, bacon, brown sauce. None of this red sauce nonsense. Right. Let's have a look. First things first. I need to really get me Hoover in here because, as you can see, there is silica or silicone, silicon, silicones everywhere. Where I was picking and a peeling and a prepping and a wiping and a cleaning, all those little bits have fallen down literally everywhere. And I don't want them to go in any orifices. Well, I should have them covered up. Yes, I should. But I haven't, so mind your necking. First things first, I need to get this metal pipe off. It's there. It's all squiggly wiggly and it's there. This is the metal pipe I'm talking about. I can see one 10mm bolt there. I can't really see it very well. There it is, middle of screen. I think I need to remove this 10mm bolt to remove the thermostat housing. Am I going to need a gasket for that? It doesn't matter because I've got gasket paper, haven't I? So I need to get that housing out of the way to undo 2 Jubilee clips which are behind it, because there's another tiny section of rubber pipe hose, and then I should be able to remove this and then clean it and then reinstall my new pipe, plus probably a new bit of pipe for that bit of pipe at the back that I can't get to, so on and so forth. Once I've done that and hoovered and lightly cleaned, there is get this bar put in, and then there's nothing stopping me throwing in the radiator apart from that bung that's missing. Should be here today. There's nothing stopping me getting this thing back together and drivable. Can I get all this done today in preparation for tomorrow's drive and take this for a long drive tomorrow? It's a lot to ask my poor body at this stage, but I'm going to give it a go. So I'm going to put my finger on stop button and crack on. Right, in order to get this pipe off, you have to jump through many hoops. I've got this, managed to get this off of there, like so. 2 bolts, a long and a short one. And yeah, that came off all right. Unfortunately, it's got a weird shaped O-ring. Now I'm hoping I can bring that back to life, otherwise that is a weak point, isn't it, right there. Now that's the end of that bit of pipe. There's another Jubilee clip in there that you probably can't see very well. You even can't get to the thing. So here's the pipe. I've undone a bolt there. I've undone a bolt there, but I don't know that I need to undo that bolt, because that bolt there is probably for this bracket which holds the diesel distributor. And all I can feel that's left holding this pipe on is right. I've got to get my hand around behind and up and under, and I can just about my fingertips feel another bolt under there. So I thought to myself, if I cut this pipe, if I get this pipe out the way, this old rubber hose, if I get this out the way, I should be able to get in down here somewhere with some sort of angled device and undo the bolt that way without disturbing this fuel pump. I really don't want to go there with this, because that means I've got to take all this shit off again. So the only thing I've found that I've managed to slice up this really easily with and get it to this stage, I can get it off here, guys. I've just stopped to show you, to film it for you, is my little old, the only snap-on tool I own is this little old beastie from way back when, and trust me, that is flipping sharp. But what a little tool, wicked. So mate, I've always keep that in my pocket, always, until it's wash day, obviously, and it goes in it. I thought I'd just film that for you, let you see that I do own snap-on tool. Oh my goodness. You know when you see things and you can't really get to it and you think, do you know what, I'll leave that. Like the front spark plug on our Honda DeVille. There's 2 per cylinders, V-twin. And the front one, you need to actually disassemble the whole bike before you can get to it. But it needs to be done. This is one of those instances, okay? Yeah, I used the old grippers there, put it down there, snipped on it, pulled it straight out, okay? There's the old Jubilee clip. And there is the pipe that came out. This is where I slit it there. And if we open it up and have a little look inside it, it's very soft. Can you see what I see? Right there. And if we just open this up a bit more and bend it a little, oh my goodness, how long would that have been before that would become a thing? I don't think I did it with my blade, because, oh, I don't know. Do you know what? I might have done, actually. Might know. But let's say I didn't do it with my blade, and that is just something that's shit me up. Right, let's put that carefully over there. Right, now, can I get to the bolt? You can probably see the holder. I'm getting my camera. Do you know what? I've got one of those bloody camera screens with a flexible camera. Why, oh, why do I do these things? Let's have a look. Oh, yes, definitely. It's definitely a nut there. I think it's bigger. It's bigger than a 10. I reckon it's a 13. What we got there? 12. 13. Let's do the 13. Kaplunk. Right, let's get in there and try and have a go and get in this. No, that's going to have to be, it's either impossible and you have to take the pump off, or I need a very, very understanding ring spanner with an angled neck. See if I can go and find one. Trouble is, I don't even know exactly what size it is, do I? There's a 13 and a 12, and there's an 11 and a 10. I don't think I'm going to take the 14 just in case it wants to show me up. Right, I'm going to start off with the 13. Let's get my spanner in there. Is that going to do anything at all? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I'm on, lads, I'm on. Ah. Well, basically, I've just found out that that is a 13mm. Right, let's try it from a different angle, shall we? I just... Where's the bracket? Where's the bracket? Where's the bracket? Where's the bracket? I've got so many hoses in my face. Is that on? Oh, is it on? I don't know. Oh, well, 2 hands. Right, you know, I just went... Right, I think it's on. I think it's on. Oh, that's the only movement I got. That's all I needed. That cracked it off. Let me put my hand in there now and try and... Yes. Right, let me get my arm back under there. No, I can't do that. Let me put my hand back in there. Yes. Yeah, I've just got to keep flicking the bean. Come on, bean. Out you come. So I reckon it's an M8 bolt with a 13mm head, and I hope it's bloody short. We have fallings on the floor. Gotcha. Oh, it's an M10. Bloody hell. See, why put all different types of bolts in there? Why? What's holding that in now? Something down here. There we go. That's the last one, and that is again a 13mm. Where is it? There, 13mm. Right, let's get me 13mm socket again. There it is. Hello, sweetheart. You right? Yeah, oily again. I'm all oily again.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's all good. Right, we got it. Let's get this off. Double quick time. Oh, but you know what? Godsend. Brilliant, that's another one. So that is 2 of those little sausages, isn't it? Let's put that back in there. Right, now will this pipe come out? Okay. It would do if it was... so I have to do that to get to that Jubilee clip, to undo that Jubilee clip, to take that hose off, to then pull that out, and it will just be short enough then to take that pipe out. Wow. Rubik's Cube I didn't expect from Ford, but it all seems to work properly when it's back together, so cheers, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, crack on. Right, here's the thing. Me being me, I wanted to get that pipe off. See if I get a damn good clean, perhaps a paint, who knows, a freshen up, just so I know that it's okay. And I've examined everything. Like I said before, you need to really get the things in your hands and give them a good inspect. Now, I managed to get this small piece of hose off, which is a bit on the baggy side. You can see how much that's lost its rigidity. Morning. So I'm going to pause that. It's a dog walking by. Whoa, problem averted. So I've took the hose off and I still can't get this pipe out. There is no way on this planet that this part, I've tried up, down, left, right, you can't get that there unhooked from this bracket here. It doesn't go that far enough in there for it to turn anywhere. Anyway, I've been on this for about 5 minutes trying to get that out, and it won't come out. Basically, I needed to get to this pipe so I could get this off, didn't I? Well, I actually got that off with a knife, as you saw, but getting the new one on would be an awful pain in the backside without having that clearance. So now I've got that clearance. Here is the new pipe, a nice little Gates pipe. I mean, look at the difference. That's how knackered these old pipes are. So they need to go. If you can see it, change it. Seriously, if you can't see it, find it and then change it. So no more messing about. This pipe's going straight back on. 2 new clips and put back in situ. Now I can start thinking about possibly remembering to get the car back together. Some things, eh? Right, well that was a pain in the buttress, but we're there. 2 new Jubilee clips, so I can adjust it myself, and I managed to get this back on with a new pipe in there, and that pipe comes from my old, comes from an Audi. It was a spare hose I had with a job lot of stuff I bought ages ago. Some of you might remember that. And I put a new Jubilee clip in here, so as I can actually get to the mothering thing like that. Excellent. I am so chuffed with that. Also, we've got this hose back on there. This is, well, I say back on there. Here's the old one, which was all horrible and looser than Katie Hopkins. I shouldn't say. Sorry, Katie. I know you're an avid fan. Sorry about that, sweetheart. Yeah, you're having a laugh, the same as me. Fair enough. Right, so that's been replaced, and that's the old piece of shit pipe that was behind all this slot, which has been replaced by an Audi hose, which is obviously a much better quality, isn't it? But that is, I just shuddered at the thought of putting that back in there. No, Siri, Bob. No. File that under B. What was that one? Ooh, I don't know. I hope I haven't cut up a different pipe. Just my freaking luck, eh? So that's where we're at the moment. I've ordered a new dippy sticky, simply because this one goes down in there like so. See, the hole goes down in there like so, and then it rotates around that water pump house, that thermostat housing, and then bolts nicely onto there, which is all well and good, but the sills are very tired down there. And this piece bolts onto that piece that doesn't exist anymore. This is what I'm on about, lads. This fibrous plastic, it's shit, isn't it? You've only got to look at it and it splits. So for the sake of £11 and 49 pence, I've gone and got one of these. Some of them on YouTube, someone's made them in metal and stainless steel, which all looks very nice and shiny. 94 quid. I could deck the van with 94 quid. Anyway, I'm going to turn it off here now because Fanny Ann across the road is doing her shaving of the grass. Oh joy! Here we are again. Ah, sorry about the jumping work, but Kaz just won't get down here. Well, actually, she's out shopping for 75W90 gear oil for this gearbox. 3 litres of it. And it's special stuff apparently, and there's 2 types and there's different colours and all the rest of that flipping guff. So at the moment I am being very gingerly I'm doing the right thing, winding it in and out. Now what I would have done normally is got my angle grinder in there, cut all this rusty shitty thread off and then just unwound it. But we got plumbing in the vicinity, so I didn't really want to get involved in that, if you see what he means. Fell out my hand, love. Sorry. Fell out my hand, so it did. Right. Oh, give that a minute. Now I've got 2 options to bend that tab. Option 1 is Mr. Grip, pipe grip. Well, yeah, that's option 2 now. Option 1, of course, is Billy Hammer. So might get Sport Billy in there in a minute, but I've got to get that bolt out first. Right, I'm going to pause it there because this could be a while. And there she blows. Couple of forwards, couple of reverses, and then keep your finger on it in reverse, and out it came, which is good news. Now I'm replacing these bolts with screws, obviously, but not any old screws, stainless screws with hex drive heads and big fat heavy washers. Now I might need more than that actually. Oh yeah, I've got 2 with super duper washers which will go in there rather very nicely. Happy with that. I might actually go and try and find 2 more for these ones, one of these holes. Oh, that fits in there a treat. Fits in there like a glove, doesn't it? Ah, right. Let's do some very light tapping on this little sausage and see what happens. Ow. Oh, that's it. That's the arm fucked. Oh, damn this. Damn this, damn this. This could take a while too. Oh my goodness. How embarrassing. Oh dear. Right, what am I giggling at? You really don't want to know, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I'm here, okay, laid splat out on my back, trying to put this frame piece in, and I've had to manipulate the other bracket as well because that's taken a bit of a knock. So now they're both nice and square. And across the road there's a family, nice family, and 3 of the children, which are, you know, in their 20s, came out and they're sort of mumbling and bumbling along, and I'm laying there and I'm struggling, and you know what I'm gonna say, don't you? Fucking the ducks came around again. Oh my. And it was one of those where you couldn't tell the ducks not to speak, and they just rattled off a few on their own without, you know, without any care or consideration for other people. They just went for it. by golly. And of course, you know as well as I do, when you start laughing at ducks, you know that they just laugh. They just do their quacks more, don't they? So you can imagine, can't you? Anyway, that's enough potty talk. I really need a good cork. Sorry, but I you know, I've only ever been more embarrassed when I were in church many years ago with my young daughter at the time and my wife to be. We had to go there for a service just before, you know, we took the plunge, and happened to be on a Sunday, so the place was, well, not heaving, but it was a few people in there. We started doing the hymns, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, was this huge bubble appeared inside me, inside my abdomen. I can't even say it without fucking crying nearly, I'm telling you. So there's myself, Tazzy, my little daughter at the time, and obviously Kaz. And I start chuckling to myself. And Caroline sort of gives me the dagger cross eyes, cross stare. And of course that made me giggle even more. And then Tazzy started sort of chuckling and making piggy noises because she's trying to hold it in. And then this roll of thunder came out, and the organist almost stopped playing. It was during a flipping no, it wasn't, it was just before one of the hymns. I forget what the hymn is now. It's not important, is it really? I'd kid thee not, Vic was just doing his thing, or her thing. She was a lovely lady vicar, and there's anyone that can be trusted, isn't it? Did I say that? Anyway, so yeah, to this rapturous barrel of a bubble out of my nether regions, and I was that horrified I froze, absolutely burst out laughing, absolutely. You know, one of those, you know, those real roaring laughs that you just can't hold in. The more you're trying to hold it in, the more you nearly shit yourself and sneeze and snot's coming out your face. And I didn't. Tazzy exploded as well, bless her. Caroline just didn't know where to put her face, obviously as far away from me as possible. And we talk about this yeah, you know, when it comes up in conversation, because it was the most, I was going, I'm sorry people, I was talking, crying and farting and laughing all at the same time. Oh, I've never been in such a physical mess. I was a human without a skeleton. I was just a blob on the floor. I didn't walk out because they said, right, let's sing hymn number blah blah blah, and it just went into the hymn. And I think by the time the hymn had elapsed, I think it was a 12-inch hymn. So yeah, 7 minutes later, yeah, all's forgiven. Excuse my stuttering. Oh dear. Oh man, honestly, yeah, we'll leave that there because it would. Oh, anyway, so that kind of reminded me very muchly of that. All these people can see is a pair of knobbly knees and a pair of legs sticking out from under this van, and huge farts going on. Oh, I'm such a child. One day I might grow up. Growing up's optional, isn't it? I think so. Right, let's get this in here, shall we? Right, I have found some more washers. I'm gonna get a little babby one to start with, just to hold this bracket in here. Right, how we doing? What's up, attainment? Right, let me try and put this bolt in loosely. I love the way Fords, the way they make things. Shit. Quite almost idiot proof. you know, by putting tabs on things so they're only going one way and that sort of thing. I do apologise about this video, and guys, unfortunately my superfluous nipple isn't strong enough to hold the camera, so Google it. Right, well that end's kind of in. Let's put the long one in as well. Let me just come over here and try. Is it lined up? I don't know. I'm gonna have to use the camera to see. Yeah, that's not bad, is it? Right, well I'll try and hold the camera there whilst I try and stick it in the hole without the thunderous thunder. No, that needs to be adjusted a little bit. Right, I'm going to need to put you guys down because I just can't do it on my Todd. Right, I think we got it now. Let's have a look. One and one. Right, let's wind these in. I've got the other two in the other side. Okay, that's that one. I'm looking at the camera so I can see it. Huh? What is going on? Oh, don't tell me that's a different freaking size. It is a different freaking size. Anywho. That's that one in. That one can go and take a freaking jump, I tell you. Oh. Oh dear. Oh, this hurts so bad. Oh. Mucky, mucky, mucky. Ah. Oh. Ah. Oh. I don't know how I'll do it for the money. I really don't. Where are you? I'll go over them in a bit with the turkey wrench. Can't be the wrong set. They're all at the same freaking box. Anywho, what? Ladies and jelly spoons. I really am sorry for the jolty camera work, but I'm a bit of a div and a bit of a Joe. That is rather good, isn't it? Incidentally, the other bush has turned up and it literally drops through this hole. It's tall enough, it's the same tallness as the original, but yeah, I'm going to need to do a little bit of juggling. So out of the three good ones I've got, both the bottom here, this bottom rail is going to have the two good ones because that's where the load is sitting in this tray, and the top ones just for sort of guidance to keep them in the right sort of area, aren't they? But anyway, kids, go away. Yeah, I'm not getting you from the pool yet. Catch you in a minute, guys. Blow my neck, things I do. On closer inspection, that one is done up. I've just rounded the head off. Yeah, that is as tight as a nun's pencil case. Oh, I'm feeling horny. Feeling horny now. That's it. I'm gonna guff again in a minute. Bye. You know what they call these, the Full Transit Connect, don't you? Because when I got out from under this vehicle just now, I shouts out, Connect! Oh, that's why. Just goes to show. Hey, we're back in the shed for 5 minutes. It does look like rain, but it doesn't say it's supposed to rain. Anywho, I need to do the one more thing under the car that's going to be an oil fest. It's going to be mucky. I'm going to have another shower. That's 3 in a row. Crikey, my body's going to go into shock, you know. Anywho, after recovering from all that nonsense out under the bonnet there, need to get rid of the oil and drain it and put new in. Now, there is a specific oil for this gearbox from, well, I say Ford, but Comma actually make this stuff as well. I don't know if Comma is a subsidiary Unfortunately, I don't know who owns what these days. Who knows? Who cares? But there is a specific oil for this gearbox. It's 75W90. Yeah, they all do that, AD. Yeah, I know they do, but this one is a G something or other, and then S on the end of it, and an F. One of them's a GL4 and one of them's a GL5. So there's a 8090 GL5. Let me just put that down, get my mug out of the way. See, that's an 8090 GL5, but ours has to be 75W90. I'm not sure about the GL5 or the GL4, because I was just going to use this lots, put it in a bowl, mix it all up, whack it in the gearbox. But no, you shouldn't be doing that apparently. I've done a lot of homework on it, and that's where Kaz is right now. She'll be back in a minute. She's been gone about an hour already, so I hope she's got the right stuff. She's the one behind the camera, behind the scenes, that does all the hard graft legwork, picking parts up, ordering parts and stuff like that. So she really does need a pat on the back, doesn't she? And do you know what? I might even buy her a coffee myself. Just to say thank you. That's a good idea. Right, so I need a way of getting so this specific oil is en route as we speak to here, and I have delved into what I need to do to the gearbox to get the old oil out, and there are two plugs. They're 8mm hexes. One's a fill, one's an empty. Now the empty one is almost hidden, and it's a bit of a bitch to get to, but it's up in the air, so I'm going to do it all now. Sod it. Once it's done, isn't it? So and then you obviously drain it out, and then you put the plug in, and then you try and find the fill hole, which is easier to get to apparently. But I need to the guy that I saw when I was doing my homework, he had a pipe and a funnel up about, you know, sort of dangling from the bonnet, if you like, centrifugally, gravitational forces working there, and it took him hours to get this oil in. Now, you know me, I'm one for a gadge, and I have managed to find, in all of this shite, I have managed to find my oil pump and some appropriate hose to go on it. That is out to the gearbox, so I need to put something on the end here that will go in an M8 hole, size hole, well 8mm hole, so I can put it against it. It needs to be sort of rubber, so it will self-seal when I thrust it against the hole. So I've come up with this, and now you've seen me use this before, probably if you're an avid watcher of the channel, and I've used this thing many times for blowing out holes in things that need holes blowing out of. Oh, I'm so descriptive. Right, but I need to put that in here. Yeah, there's not an awful lot of resistance there. There is a bit. It does drag. It's like a good feeler gauge on a correctly adjusted tappet or valve. So I need something. Now, the other night, as you can see, I have labelled, literally. Now, believe it or not, that lot took a good evening. It really did, a good evening. No, that's no Ribena either. So, yeah, jolly good show. Right. Small hose clamp. And it's so nice just to get what you need out of whichever box. You know, I've got my rev nuts in all different sizes and shapes. And they're just easy to find, isn't it? Trim clips, glass fuses, SS stainless steel flange nuts, etc., rivets, and number plate fixings, Wago connectors, ceramic and car fuses, you know, cable clips. It's just bracket and Dremels. Oh yeah, brackets and Dremel do these, and then we got lock and dome nuts, all in there, stainless steel and all the rest of it. Special fixings. And this one is the washers, which I've just had out to find the washers for those 4 bolts which held the cross member for the radiator on. Anyway, let's get in here. Small hose clamps. How small is that? That's small enough. Let's have a go. How tight is that, or is it not? Well, it's not. Well, if that just slides over, that's still just going to slide in, isn't it? She cried. Let's get some light on the subject. That's better. Use my flashy, snazzy lights. Look. Yeah, that's not gonna hold, is it? Right. So we'll ditch that. We'll ditch that. We need to go a size smaller. Right. What we got here? This is the really silly small stuff. That's what I just had. I think that's the next size down, isn't it? Come here, don't muck about. Yeah, that's going to need some squishing to get that in there. Right, let me just... I have found my tripod. Yes, believe it or not. He says, looking around for it. Where is the tripod? I saw it. There it is. Found my tripod so you can actually sit and watch me bodge this out. Right, let's have a go. 7 minutes and 35. What? Is this that long already? Okay, so we need to compress that. Just with a pair of pliers, let's compress that. Like so. Easy little things, aren't they? I think they're better than Jubilee type clips in certain instances. Right, so let's compress that. Okay, and we'll pop that over the end and down a bit, and then we'll get our Jolly Roger. Where is it? There he is, right in front of me. We'll pop that in there, and then we'll bring this back and clamp it down there. Oh yeah, that is spotty dog. That is brilliant. Look at that, wicked. Okay, so that will go in the 8mm hole. Pump, squirt the oil in. Right, fantastic. Now I've just got to find an inlet from the bottle, and here we have it. I have I used this? Yes, I think I used it once, didn't I? Let's get a pair of snippers. Snippy snippers. There we go. Yeah, this is for the VW, wasn't it? That bit screwed into the block, and that bit of the DSG gearbox, and that bit you screw onto your bottle top, thus. So there we go. I just need to unclip this from that, which should be as easy as doing that and just popping that out of there. Well, that's not bad, is it? So now this, well, I'll leave that there. It needs to go on the inside of the pump, like so, and then we'll finish that off by hand. She cried, "I'll grow up, man." There. Right, I reckon we're ready to go, and I hear a cat returning. Coming out the way, mister. Out the way, Mummy's got the important stuff. Stay there. How we doing? I've just told everybody how fantastic you are ordering parts, going collecting parts. MVM TF Plus.
Yes.
Fully synthetic. Thank you very much. You get 3, did you?
Of course I did.
Oh, wicked.
And I got you a £5 off of it as well.
What? How?
You just wanted...
Did you flush your boobs?
No, not today.
No,
he just wanted a few details, like, you know, postcode, whatever.
He wanted your number, love.
And that was it.
Yeah, he wanted your number.
Yeah. See?
£12.79 minus a fiver. Not bad.
There you go, so it's
When you need
expensive.
3 litres, is quite a bit for a gearbox. The bloody DSG only need 2.
Oh,
Anyway, catch you in a minute while we're under the van. Right, before we get too carried away, there's the M8 there. That is the fill hole. And lower down, right at the back there, you'll see in a minute, there's a... Remember that dog bone, that gearbox mountain bush? I'm pointing right at it with my pointy finger. Believe it or not, the M8 Allen hex drain plug is literally up in there somewhere, so we'll go and have a look for that in a second. Right, we have the oil ready. We have the battery crocodile clipped onto the pump with all the extension-y bits on there. We even got the tripod down there, yes, so you haven't got any jerky camera work to watch. You know, and I do sympathise, because I hate watching videos with looking screens all like that. You just can't follow it, can you? I've also got my impact, half-inch impact gun with the M8 threaded squatcher in there. And last but not least, well, nearly last, fluid drain pan. This is supposed to be 6 litres. We'll be the judge of that, won't we, guys? And last but not least, my best t-shirt for ragging purposes. Right, I'm just going to set you up and we'll crack on. Right. I was here yesterday, wouldn't I? I could have flipping done that when I did the oil change. Never mind. Here it is, boys. There it is. Right, let me sit you in your chair and I will attempt to undo that. I'm not going to get the impact driver in any way, shape or form. So it's going to have to be Mr. Allen Key. Okay, are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin. God, bloody hell. It should be finger tightness. You watch the camera get completely and utterly freaking mullered now. Let's put you there. I'm going to bring that up there. Black old sun, won't you come? Now, technically, I should have... Oh, no, I shouldn't. No, I'm thinking of something different. Right, here it comes. Oh, my God. Oh. Yeah, no wonder the flipping car jumps out of gear now and again. Well, that is horrible. Where's me flipping best shirt? Yeah, that is not good at all, is it? Well, I'm just glad. I mean, it's not a normal thing that you do, is it, gearbox oil? But every vehicle I've had ever, I've done the gearbox oil, whether it be an auto, whether it be a DSG, or whether it be normal. The gearbox is a wear item. It is a part that needs proper lubrication. Now, it would have been a shame because the van's actually up on the stilts there, but as we are on quite an incline, it's fine. So that's all good. Right, I'm going to give that 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll plug that hole back up. Oh, I wish I could flush that through, you know, with something even. But there we are. Wow, that's a bit of a turn up, isn't it? Do you know what that reminds me of? Butterscotch. Don't know why. It looks like the same consistency, doesn't it? So we got a little bit of blackness in there, and the rest of it's like that sort of 70s Jaguar interior colour, isn't it? Well, I'm going to leave this container just underneath the fill hole, because in case anything does drip out, obviously when it's, you only know when it's full, beg your pardon, when it starts to dribble out the hole, you know it's full up then. Oh, I've got to grow up. Right. Let me put you down hither. I'm going to knock it, aren't I? I am going to knock it. Where are you? No, that's going to fall over. Can you see anything? There's the hole there. No, of course you can't. I'm bloody stupid. All about there. No, that's crap. If I tilt the camera back any further, it falls over. So I'm going to have to... I don't know. Oh, God. What a dilemma. Let me put you down here and try and get it. Right, there's my finger. Blooming daylight, piss off. Can you see that there? No, of course you can't. Another degree backwards. Here. You can nearly see it. Let's go around half a shag. I can't see. Can you see that there? Yes, you can. Right. Literally. Let's crack on. There we go. That's that out of the way. That was painless, wasn't it? Right, let's get a container of oil. Be interesting to see what colour this is, isn't it? Wasn't it? Oh, it's one of them. Look. Well, that just looks like normal colour oil, doesn't it? Which is good. Like a very lightweight oil. If that makes any sense at all. Right, I'm going to put that on my rag. Let's just move that forward a bit. And put this here. So you can sort of see a little bit. Does that fit on there? Do you know what? It only does. Right, so you have to shout when it starts squirting. Shout out to me. All right. I'm going to put the other end. Oh my God, that bunghole's huge. You see that? I thought it would be an 8mm hole. It's not. It's more like an 80mm hole. Oh well, that can go straight in there. Right, let's start pumping. Come on, you can do it. That's really working well, isn't it? Holy shit. Do you know what? I'm going to forget all this gubbins. Let me just pause you there, because it's not working, is it? It's just not working. Well, that pump's obviously knackered. I did give it a service because I pumped some water with it and it went all skanky inside. So let's do it the proper way. Let's do it like a dove from above. Let's pop that hose back in there without dropping my camera in the goo. Then we can literally hold the bottle up and squeeze away. Oh shit, it's coming out. No, that's shit. Right, let me pause that there. Okay, now that I've covered literally all the cardboard down there in oil, my feet in oil, and everything else, all my tools and all, I'm just going to use what was supplied with the bottle. I come up with all this gadgetry and it just doesn't work. It's fucking funny. Holy Schmidt! Thing is, that pump, when it does work, it needs priming, doesn't it? That's what I didn't do. I didn't prime the blooming thing, so it's trying to suck air. Yeah, once it's primed, it works. It's great for pumping uphill. I'm not seeing that film. Oh my goodness, I've not even been anywhere near a flipping Ribena. This is, I'm not sure if it's good or bad, really. Anywho, I've got one more bottle to go. Recommended by Commonwealth for certain BMW, Ford, and Land Rover and Vag Group applications. So it's a GL4 is specified. Right, that's one answer I couldn't find out. Lots of people asking GL4 or GL5, but no one giving an answer. Come on, in you go. Well, you don't want to sit there watching this. This is well boring, so I'll catch you in a minute. Right, that took 2.25 litres of oil. It's now buttoned up, and I've just measured what came out, and it was about 2 litres. So these people that say it should have 3 in it, well, unless you stand your car up on its end, boot first, you're not going to get 3 litres in there. What do I know? Anyway, next step, because I need this van running for tomorrow. There's a shocker. And it's about 5 o'clock. Oh God. I now need to get the radiator in here, get the fan stuff in here, get the coolant in here, well, get the water in here, get the oil in here, fire her over, spit out all that water, and then see how clean it is. Perhaps do it again, don't know, and then antifreeze solution in there. Okay, and then perhaps a bit of a tart, clean my tools away like a good little boy, and go from there. Right, we ain't got time to lose. We ain't got a second to waste.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on. What, like that?
Done? Well, it's you know, it is, isn't it? I mean, that's in.
Yeah.
The feet are properly located where they're supposed to be. Well, that side is, isn't it? Oops. And that side. Which way's the bloody camera? Can't see. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Right, there it is. Yes, it is. Okay, so I need to take that off because that has a hose to go on there. I can put the bottom hose on now, and I can put the top hose on. I'm going to put that on last. Flipping heck, girl. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Look at that radiator. And the fan cowls are back in and plumbed in. Now I've got an awful lot of electric and mechanical stuff to do now, and plumbing and pipes and stuff and things. Right, coming or going? Don't know. Wasser. Right, we're all back together, and it runs, and it leaks. But I can see where it's leaking from, and it is leaking from whatever that thing is there that's got a riveted plate on the bottom. It's leaking from all the rivets. Just trying to see what it is. Yeah, got a better view of it there. Arrgh. Well, kind of. There, I don't know what that is. Just start it up, love, please. These guys can then see where it's coming from. Yeah. You can see it right in the middle of the screen. Okay. Yeah, it's still. Yeah, oh well. Well, it's been one of them days again. I'm probably black as the ace of spades, oily rag and all. Am I downhearted? No, because I've put a new sump on it that's bone dry, that is not leaking at all, and I have found out what is leaking. It's driven from the cylinder head. This big lump here
it goes up at an angle and then disappears into the head. Look, see that 10mm bolt in there? Sort of goes, it's like a distributor, but it angles down into this big lump, and then plumbing goes off. One goes to the vacuum. Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. It's the only real part of the engine that I haven't touched, because I thought, oh, well, I don't need to take that off. And when I cleaned everything up, you just wipe things off, don't you? But where this bottom cap, I can't really, sorry guys, I'm not quality. This bottom cap piece, oh, let me put my hand in backwards. I can't, yes I can. It's held on with rivets. These are rivets. And from underneath, when the engine's running, you can see the little rivets shaking, all sort of quivering in their respective holes, and oil is weeping out of all 5 of those holes. Who would have known that? I've no idea what that is. I've got a Haynes manual in there. I've not even looked at it yet. I need to open that up and go through it and see just exactly what sort of... What would that be? It must be some sort of pump. It must be doing something. So I'll endeavour to find out what that is. See if I can find another one. I take it that where those 2 parts are riveted together, it's this sort of non-serviceable parts inside. But you know me, I'll take it apart, I'll drill those rivets out, I'll see what's going on inside of it, and see if I can't have a tinker with it. I'm not downhearted, because I have basically serviced the engine, haven't I? So it runs as sweet as that. It's got a slight metallic ticking noise that when you put a load on the headlights or the wipers or the power steering, which is half electric, the metallic knocking increases, and when you turn everything off, the fan off and everything disappears. So again, I've no idea what that is. First of all, I thought where I did the cam belt and the water pump and all that stuff, auxiliary belt on that side of the engine, on the left hand side, where the pulley for the water pump gets bolted on, there's 4 bolts hold it in. I thought perhaps I could have got, you know, a millimetre longer bolt in it, mixed them up or something, but there's no way I've done that. No way on this planet. And when I was right underneath, when Caroline was turning it on and turning it off so I could see the weeping coming out of that, whatever that is, that distributor. It looks to me like an upside down distributor. Yeah, when you turn it off, you can hear ball bearings go round in a ball race. So something in, is it an end crank bearing? I'm going to have to look it up, because I can't let something like that lie. It's what it is, isn't it? I think some skinheads on a raft, guys. I hope your bee venom is en route. Those of you that know, know. Anyway, if you drop a like, that's the end of this episode for a start. I was meant to drive to Bristol in this tomorrow. That's why I've just been on it all day. I am absolutely, utterly, physically, mentally crackered. That's why there's not much of a smile going on. Early night tonight, I think. Good shower, early night. Look up some stuff, do some homework. I had no idea what that thing was. I had no idea if that was leaking. I'm just glad that the stuff that I've done to it have increased its longevity, that's what you say. And I'm quite happy that that is now a nice clean area. We've got some nice blue antifreeze in there, mixture. And it did say it does say on the container that you can use tap water. Who knew? So that's all good. Right, I need to shut this old beastie up now and go in and have a wash and have something to eat and a nice brew, I think. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching again. Thanks for following me in my trials and tribulations. It's a bit of a giggle, isn't it? Trying to save turds. Do you know what? I've just spotted something, and it's the chocks under the rear wheel. I would have tried, if I hadn't spotted that leak, I would have tried to have driven it up the road with the chocks. I would have gone, oh, look, my handbrake's locked on. We've all done it, and we've all been there.
Right guys, take care, and we'll see you again next episode.